What's good, y'all? It's your boy J Swab. I'm the host of J Swab TV. And in case you couldn't tell, I'm tired as hell right now. Not that you care though, for real. I know you only here for the content mainly. But I'm fighting through it to finally get you my thoughts on the Yellowjackets season 3 finale. Yes, the season 3 finale aired on Friday, and I've been meaning to get it out to y'all. TikTok, y'all seen the thumbnail since the beginning of the week, and YouTube, I said I was gonna drop this yesterday. Things got in the way, and now we here. And as exhausted as I am, I'm recording this and getting it out to y'all. We just go jump right into it because it was a great finale. If you know, you know. Really quick before I do though, y'all already know what y'all gotta do, and I really don't like repeating myself, especially when I'm tired. Y'all on my TikTok, like, comment, repost, please. And then on YouTube, like, comment, share, subscribe. Greatly appreciated. Let's get into the Yellowjackets season finale. So we start off the episode with young Lottie and older Lottie. Young Lottie is helping older Lottie out of bed. Older Lottie's talking about, did I miss it? Young Lottie's talking about, we didn't miss anything yet. They end up at the staircase where Lottie be lighting all the candles. I really don't know what any of this means. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we see Callie and Lottie get together in the same staircase later on in the episode, which makes sense, I guess. This conversation right here, I just don't understand what Lottie's trying to get across right now. And she's talking about, did I miss it? Miss what? If any of y'all want to expand on that scene in the comments, feel free to do so, because I really don't understand it, not gonna lie. We move on to Shauna and Ty, who have left Melissa's house. Shauna's driving, hitting Ty with the I told you so's on Melissa being a threat. But Ty not trying to hear none of that. They're just trying to get to this location to drop off Van's body that's in the back of the car currently. As we know from the last episode, rest in peace, my girl Van. It was definitely sad to see, but in my opinion, you should not have raised that knife to Melissa if you was not going to use it. Especially with knowing a killer done cut Ben's whole Achilles in the wilderness, you know she got that dog in her when she needed it most. Also, I guess Melissa is able to make it to season 4 scot-free because nobody talked about her this episode. I guess Shauna had some other things to worry about later on in this episode that didn't revolve around her ex by fear. Anyway, we see Ty and Shauna make it to the spot. Ty lays Van to rest. We get to see all these cute scenes from the wilderness and the present day timeline of them spending time together, and it really did tug on my heartstrings a little bit. It's tough to see Van going that way, especially knowing that Ty and Van really didn't get to spend as much time together as they probably would have wanted to. Obviously, they rekindled their relationship back in season 2. It was revealed that Van was still one of the survivors from the crash, so it's unfortunate they didn't get to spend as much time together as they would have wanted to. And what makes things worse is that we know other Ty was inhabiting real Ty's body for a good part of this season, which robbed even more time with Van away. So yeah, really sad to see. I do feel bad for Ty in this scene. All those warm and fuzzy feelings quickly go away when I see her eating Van's cold and raw heart seconds later. Now we see Travis do something similar with Javi in season 2 after he died. And I like how they tied that into this episode as well, because you get a part in the wilderness where Travis is talking to Shauna. I thought that he's hearing from Javi, which speaks to the connection that he might have gained with his brother after eating his heart. Kind of going with the title full circle. I mean, we see that with a lot of different parallels in this episode. It's in the same scene where Ty vows to embrace all the parts of her, the good and the bad, and not forget any of it. So it's going to be interesting to see how she's moving going into the next season, especially now that we see she's about to be teaming up with Misty. We find out other Ty and regular Ty about to fuse to make perfect Ty in the next season. We got Misty running into Callie at school, and she's questioning if she poisoned her at Shauna's house the other day, before asking if she got the answer she was looking for from Lottie. And the instant she asked this question was the moment I knew my theory on Kylie killing Lottie was correct. Now, shout out to y'all who predicted this well before I did. Even after saying it in my video, I was still in disbelief that Kylie would have been the one to kill Lottie. But it all made so much sense. And everything Misty deduced in this episode, plus the flashback that Kylie provided, gave us great insight on not only why Kylie did what she did and her motivations for doing so, but also how Lottie died as a result of those factors. We get a flashback with Kylie going back to the city to visit Lottie to get some remaining answers and some closures regarding her mother, who she straight up questions if she even loves her at this point. To which Lottie replies something along the lines of, "Oh, Shauna's just jealous. Your connection with it is way stronger than hers ever was. I saw it in your eyes the first day I met you. We're all scared of your mother, but you make her look like food." She didn't say all that, but she really was glazing the hell out of Callie though. Started freaking her out so much so that as they're scaling the steps, Callie pushes her from the top down, sending Lottie falling to her death and enabling Callie to pick up the tape that she took from their crib after Shauna kicked her out. Now, I definitely got to go back to that conversation with Lottie and Callie to kind of try to put some things together. We know Lottie be talking in bear riddles all the time, but I do think there's a lot that we could take away from that conversation. Give us a better idea of where Callie's character is heading in this next season and potentially in season 5, God willing. Now, Misty tells Callie she should come clean, and so she decides to do so with her father. Obviously, Shauna's out there doing Lord knows what, so she can't confide in her. She probably wouldn't even feel comfortable doing so to begin with. Now, I thought this news was going to make Jeff crash out, but he's actually very understanding of Callie's current situation. He applauds her for being honest about the situation, something that Shauna wasn't able to do and still hasn't really been able to do for the past 20 plus years. He apologizes for keeping Callie in an environment with somebody who clearly has not fully healed since returning back from the wilderness all those years ago. Later on the episode, we see Shauna finally return home to no Jeff and no Callie. They done got up out of there, took all their clothes, and booked it while she was away. Confused, feeling led astray, she calls Misty to ask the 411 on the situation, as if Misty should automatically know that. Like, Shauna is just always putting blame on everybody else but herself. They end up having a more in-depth conversation in person where Misty tells Shauna off from start to finish. I really did love that for Misty, because from the very start of the season, we seen Shauna giving Misty such a hard time, accusing her of all the bad things that's happened in her life. But this bad thing can no doubt be caused directly because of Shauna. Like, if Misty wanted to, she could have easily turned Callie in for killing Lottie, but she didn't. Not only because of the satisfaction that she would get knowing that Jeff and Callie would leave her ass, but knowing that in this situation, no matter how hard Shauna tried to blame Misty, it is without a doubt all Shauna's fault that they ended up leaving her. After returning home and making a damn sandwich, because you know Shauna can't do nothing without a knife, she somehow managed to find a letter that came with the tape that Callie misplaced when Jeff snuck up behind her a couple episodes back. Reads it and sees that Melissa was being sincere with her intention regarding Shauna finding some kind of comfort knowing that Melissa is still alive and that she's not vengeful. But instead it just made Shauna relive the glory days when she was out in the wilderness, when she was on top, when she was top dog. At first it seems like Shauna's reflecting, but really she's just getting ready to gas herself up later on in that letter she's writing. To herself, mind you, no other recipient. She just had to remind herself she got that dog in her still. I would see Shauna crying at first, I guess reflecting on all that she lost in this episode. But yeah, it all turns around when she starts writing this letter, just to show continuing to emphasize that Shauna is an irredeemable character. In the content from the present timeline, seeing Misty and Ty link up, with Ty telling Misty something along the lines of Shauna shouldn't be the last one standing after all that she's called. It look like they about to form a team going into this next season, and Walter might be on board too, because we see him in the parking lot watching as the conversation's going on. Now, I was disappointed we didn't really see much of Walter in this episode. I do still feel like he has a lot of deeper intentions going forward in the series, so I would like to see a little bit more of him in the finale, but obviously the showrunners are saving him for something important down the line, so I'm gonna just let him cook. Alright, now we go cut to the wilderness. Start this segment in a flash forward / flashback kind of vibe. See in one timeline the girls are calling Natalie out for treason, but then in another we see her linked up with Misty, finding out that she broke the transponder, punching her in the face, asking what the hell is wrong with you. We could have been saved, but your ass wanted us to stay out in these woods for some reason. At that point in time, Shauna nor Lottie would do anything that crazy. Misty asked if she should go tell the other girls, and Natalie just asked if you was honest about finding us a way back home. Now we don't really touch on this storyline at all throughout the rest of this episode until the very end of the episode. We see Natalie make it to the top of this hill with this radio while someone's impostering her back at camp, pissing off a very confused Shauna. Another one of the full circle moments in the episode is Natalie actually making it to the top of that hill using the hunt that these girls have earlier on in the episode as the diversion to scale this mountain to communicate with hope for rescue on the other end. Now speaking of hunt, we get one of those in this episode and it is OD. So not only has winter started, but we also see the animals that they've procured over this time in the wilderness have died. Them animals are gone and so is their extra source of food. They decide the best way to address this is with a hunt. Whoever draws the Queen of Hearts, y'all already know what it is. It's up for y'all. See, Lottie and Shauna are the biggest enforcers of this hunt. Big surprise. Natalie not trying to have nothing to do with it, but Shauna is not having that. Everybody's participating. We see Ty and Van plotting behind the scenes to rig the game so that Hannah picks up the car so that they don't have to see any of their friends die. Shauna immediately picks up on this, switching her place in line so that it's Mari that picks the Queen of Hearts card instead of Hannah. Straight diabolical. She literally just did that just to do it. What harm would it have been if Hannah took that card up? What makes things even worse is that Hannah is likely going to die in these woods by Shauna's hands. We gonna talk about that in another video. At first seeing this, I still held out hope that Mari was not pit girl just off of her fit. But once she started taking them clothes off, I swear I did a mental sign of the cross because I already knew. Another full circle moment, finally getting the identity of pit girl revealed. Seeing the actual chase, seeing her fall down the pit and her still have motion in her body, it was so nasty and gruesome to see. Having Natalie prepare the meal, the identity of the Antler Queen revealed to be Shauna. All these things from the pilot coming together, I mean, it's the definition of full circle. And then having Natalie put together the meal before she's able to make contact with civilization is nasty work. Unless it was Hannah that did it actually and Natalie was already halfway up the mountain at that point in time. I don't know, I gotta rewatch the episode to see. Seeing Shauna get duped how she did, you love to see it. Also, seeing Ty standing up to Shauna in this episode, finally somebody standing up to Shauna. I would have thought she had COVID the way no one is willing to step up to her. She is one girl, one crazy girl. I see Melissa put that log to her throat and I was praying some way, somehow she can die here like she's not fully alive in the present. Also, it seems like Lottie convinced Akila to kill the animals. Like, she gotta be insane. It's not bad enough you want to stay out here. You want those you out here with to get picked off one by one in this stupid game that y'all done created. Overall, this is a very solid finale in my opinion. So many full circle illusions. The episode was definitely worthy of the title. I look forward to talking about my full thoughts on season 3 in another video, as well as some predictions I have for season 4, so y'all stay tuned for that. But until then, I give this episode a solid 8.5 out of 10. It was a good one, not gonna lie. Like I said, be on the lookout for the next Yellowjackets video. It should be coming to you soon.